And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Delenn Russell. For those of you who are wondering why on earth I'm a few minutes late, it's because my OBS did not want to start up this morning, so it kind of makes it a little bit hard to stream if you don't have your broadcasting software rocking. So, suffice to say, we are here. It is Whatever Wednesday, and on this Whatever Wednesday, we are back to playing Riven. I'm chosen for the time being. Oops, sorry, wrong side. Chosen for the time being to be doing the Myst series until the interest wanes for me. And so anybody who is interested in that game is welcome to jump aboard and make suggestions or just listen in or whatever suits your fancy. So let me just see if... looks like my game today is wanting to be a bit of a pill, but that's okay. All right, so we have our games. We were trying to get into these books, but as you can see, they're not powered. So it looks like we've missed something again, which I'm good at doing. And I'm just double checking. Okay, good. Now you're not seeing a whole lot in terms of audio at the moment, and that's just because the game doesn't have any at this point. Their game audio is definitely in, as in turned on, but there isn't much going on right now. Let's just double check to make sure that's the case. Yeah, okay. So looks like, yep, it should be playing audio through. So part of it is, as we discussed before, we don't have this down. There we go. Wow, that's a little loud. Let me just turn that down just a shade. Alrighty. Just a very noisy part of the game, so I mean there's not a whole ton we can do. So this is a result of opening up one of the timers, or not timers, the spinning things. And there's a button here we can use at the bottom of the screen to make everything retract and get us out of here. I'm just going to shut down my browser in the background because I think that's going to take too many resources. There we go. Anything that's just a little bit quicker. Now, this game is released quite a while ago. I believe it's 2009, in which case we actually would not have a whole lot of speed. It's very point and click. I do have the zip mode turned on, but if it's somewhere we have not been before, then I'm purposely not using it. However, pardon me, sometimes it's a little bit faster to go through. I actually do use it. Minute. I want the other way. So, here. Anyway. Alright, so we want to go past all this. I think. What I'm looking for is I'm actually attempting to backtrack somewhat. This is... Oh, that's not it. Backtrack a little bit to get to village again where we were last time. And the reason I want to be back there is there is something we missed. And I completely forgot about that because it was sort of, I was asking myself, how do we get to, and I just had missed how to do that. Oh, no, not there. End of this part? Okay, so a little bit of wander. I have to remember how to get to the village. It's gonna take me a minute. Yeah. All right. So, on a clickety. Go that way. I think we got... Obviously, I could be incorrect. The spinny tower. I want to be in here. Not being in there. This gold tower, even when I played the game the very first time, it has always confused me. So I do apologize for the running around in circles part. That tower is just a pain in the butt. Yep, there. Where are we? No, I may have to turn the zip mode off just until I re-get my bearings. Apologies for that, everybody. Take. Oh. And resume. You know where I'm at? Yeah. And here. I don't there either. Ah, already. Look at my saves just to make sure actually. I haven't done much of anything. Good. Okay, so I did actually save them all the same. Good news, it's just in some respects. Dead end. Get back, and this will be a little flashy, I'm afraid. People's voice are giving you warnings in advance. We're going through a tunnel. That's going to take us in a minecart where everything's a little flashy. Oh. Give me a second while I hydrate. More accurately, while I caffeinate. I love this minecart ride. Well, it's very, very flashy. Good morning, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. How are you doing this morning? Hopefully your day is starting out well, without too many meetings. So as I was mentioning earlier, for anyone who was not in stream at the time, part of the reason I started a couple minutes late this morning was actually because my OBS crashed again. I had to give a whole computer restart, and that can be a little bit annoying when I delay things. There is, for disconnections in stream, I do have an opportunity to add a little bit of like a trailer or a stinger or whatever that just gets played in loop for about 90 seconds. Gives me time to reboot things, and I just have to actually bother to get that piece in place. Or, well, step one, make it. Out of the hole. Here's where we are. Excellent. So there is a path here. I'm just going to back it up so I can see where I'm going. Go. I want this one. And we had on down the path at forks. Need to take the right-hand path. Yep, there we go. Now this one, this head, is where I got lost, because there's actually something to do with these lamps. One of them, if I play with them correctly, one of them is supposed to have a button on it that does something. Oh, there it is. Found it. The logic on picking right versus left was simply that I wanted the quote-unquote right one, and that was just a guess. But I didn't know that we could go in here. At least this is the piece I forgot yesterday. Not yesterday, sorry, last week. Give ourselves yet another elevator. I'm going to push the button and see where we go. Okay, nothing yet. Need this to go up. think all these contraptions are kind of cool in a sort of a steampunk way, but it's neat how they, how the lore says that they weren't actually built, they were written. And I find that kind of cool. There's the elevator. Here's the upper levels of the stairs that we saw last week, so I was wondering how to get to them. You can look behind me, because sometimes I find it easier to figure out where I'm going if I've seen where I've been. Sounds weird, but yeah. There's another one of those spinning balls, so we might as well stop it while we're here. We can. Maybe not. Wait, let me... Nope. Okay. Where's the viewing spot for this? It's not here. Here we go. Oh, I've been spotted again. If you look off to the right, there's another alarm. Now, while that alarm sounds kind of weird, and supposed to be sort of somewhat otherworldly, there actually is a relatively easy way to make one sounds like that, so I mean the concept is fairly sound. You can see the tower, now there's nobody in it. Oh, great. Well, from the outside it looks a bit like a toilet outhouse. I have a suspicion that's not what this is. Yeah, more of these orc teeth, and they look nice and pointy, so this is clearly another one of Gen's ridiculous thrones. We're overlooking the village. Hey, what is it? Right-hand one. Okay, so it opens and closes the bottom. Ah, that's what I missed, was coming in here. Pull it back. Okay, so I want to go down there. I can see on the right-hand side there's a place I want to get to. I don't know how to get to there from the outside. So my guess is, unfortunately, I think I have to get there from the inside. I really don't think I can reach the stuff from the bottom without this closed. But there's that 5-pointed star again. Everything around here seems to be based on 5. Kind of like they rub it in your face. It's really weird. So while I have those hint pages I've been discussing, I'm not actually using it at the moment. After I figured out that we had missed getting into the head, then I just sort of stopped reading, and we're doing a bit of an explore as we go along. I know I can kind of see if I look off to the right, spinning ball, and then either there's a gold symbol at one point, but obviously this is not the walk path. Being able to shut that down. I don't think we need to go to the elevator just yet. Go down this other way. Hello! How goes the manhunt and rescue mission? Oh, yes. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen you in chat, so it hadn't occurred to me that you'd been here before. It goes. I've missed a couple of spots that I should have remembered in the previous game. I still have my, hey, did you do this list? But, come on, stop. Okay, these are always hard to hit. Nope, too late. It looks rusty, so I've got like 2 spots. Oh. There we go, finally. So we're at the point where we need to power the books to be able to get them going. I will admit, the man I'm hunting, so to speak, is quite the jerk, and his attitude really, really, really bothers me. And that sounds kind of weird to say, but I do not like how he's been treating the villagers. It actually makes me somewhat nauseous. It's gonna sound weird, but it's true. And we back to the elevator. I have to go back to the village. Think. right past this. Ah, sorry. I have people that drop in, and then they come for a few weeks, and then they disappear again. So, yeah, I've played this one once before, and then have not played it since. Did I just get turned around again? Yeah, I did. Okay, it's a weird little... Gotcha. Not quite a circle. It looks like it, but it's not. But yeah, so I've played this one once before, and so parts of it are very familiar. I actually used to have a journal with a what do you call it? Screenshot from this game as my journal front page, and I had hand numbered all the pages in Deny. This goes even lower, so where does that go? But yeah, I figured I played the new release of Myst. Liked it, but then I figured I should walk my way through because I never actually finished the series, and so yeah, oh totally. Here we go. So I'd never actually finished the series. I'd gotten as far as let's see, 4, I believe, like Revelation? Yeah. And I played Uru and so on all the way up to that point. And I got partway through Revelation, and then just life intervened. And that was Jeepers more than a dozen years ago. So I figured I would start again. I'm not on Discord yet. However, like, I have joined the Cyan Discord for their games, but I don't actually have a Discord for my channel yet. I am on Discord, just not for this. I'm on Discord for Minecraft. So yeah, you can always DM me. It's the same username on Discord in general. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm aware of the Cyan Discord. It goes incredibly deep. And that's actually part of what has encouraged me to go ahead and walk through the game slowly. I guess the stream stickers thing needs to be excluded from the below system. Anyway, yeah, so they go incredibly deep, and that's encouraged me to take a look at the games again, because I'm old enough that the Uru Online the first time around was a thing, and I just missed it, so to speak, as in I was just about to join it when it got officially shut down. And so, yeah, kind of shut down at that point. Good morning, Server TV! Fans Rush stream? I'm glad you're here. Yeah, between the games and the novels, there's a ton. And there's also a lot of very good fan theory around it, so I just haven't had the time to dig through as much as I want. And if one wants to look into the Discord for Cyan, the game has tons and tons and tons of backlog and back theory, and yeah. Why did I go back here again? I really don't need to be here. Not where I want to be at all. Okay, well, back we go again. So much of this is circular, as in, like, there's 2 or 3 ways to get places. Yeah, okay, not where I want to be. So, for the purposes of streaming, I'm using a hint and tip sheet, but that's just because I have a habit of derping around in circles, and sometimes not necessarily recognizing where I'm at. So, I have a, not a go here sort of thing, but as in, your aim at this point is to do this. Server TV, as I was just finishing up saying, I got as far as partway through Myst 4 Revelation. I have End of Ages, like, physically, still in its cellophane wrapper. So, I do need to actually get through them, but I figured I'd start at the beginning since the newer release of Myst had come out. Now, I've played all of the previous Myst releases, so that game, frankly, I think I've played it to death. But I figured I would do them somewhat in order. And Wednesdays are actually my break from playing Minecraft. I really quite like the idea of having a game that I don't need to have a whole ton of prep for stream. But I am admittedly very, very rusty at these games. So by being rusty, it means that some of it I will remember, and some of it I will be derping all over the place, as though it's new. so I have a rough idea of what I need to write down, what I need to make notes on. And on the bright side, Cyan did actually, what's the word? Did actually clue in as early as Riven that they needed to have their puzzle solutions randomized. So I got clues on what I needed to write down just to make sure that I've got my puzzle as opposed to someone else's puzzle. But yeah, that's where we're at here. And I missed a couple of zones. Forgot about the kid. Hadn't triggered that. Actually, I don't know if I triggered the kid before or not. I never remember which videos will replay and which videos won't. Oops, nope, that's not the way I want to go. I think. Gonna get me where I want to go. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. No, I've played Uru all the way through. It's been a while. It's kind of funny because if you have two options in that one, you could, the games reference each other in a release order. However, I've seen one or two people choose to play it in, you could say, story order based on Yisha's age. Not something I'm totally familiar with doing, but doesn't mean that I can't. Oops, wrong way. I'll probably do it in release order, though. It just makes far more sense because of the way I've played it. He doesn't replay. Okay, so I had not actually been through that particular route in that order before then. I'm pretty sure I had been through there, but somebody else had been there. I'm looking forward to its getting its remake. Yeah, if you guys want to see me walking my way through this stuff, it will be Wednesdays. Mountain time is 10 to noon. Sometimes I'm a couple minutes late if I have a tech issue to start with, but I do show up, and you're more than welcome to give it a follow. You know, make sure you got that bell and so on so that we can leave it here, or did I leave it somewhere else? I left it somewhere else. No, I left it here. So you're more than welcome to give it a follow so that you can catch me on Wednesdays. Be aware that Tuesdays and Thursdays, you'll get notifications about me playing Java at Minecraft. Okay, where did I start? I'm at the dock. Go to the left. We're doing good. This way. It's not... Oops, gotta turn around, silly me. For sure, yeah, no, it is. For age is definitely older than it is in Uru, but some people have chosen to play Uru after Myst 4 as opposed to before it. And so I did it the other way around. Played Uru before I played Myst 4, and that's how I got stalled. Keep going, you silly thing. Come on. One of the few things I'm looking forward to is I've got a fairly new machine. Like, that's my treat this year, because surprises happened and money showed up that wasn't originally expected. So I've got quite a sweet looking Republic of Gamers machine, one of the ROG machines, and the good quality video cards. So I'm looking forward to A, the video improvements, but B, there are things like some of the transitions in Riven take for bloody ever to load. And you kind of go, this is dumb. We have better graphics available. Why are we doing it this way? Okay, so I've been here before, but I didn't actually do it. Like in this playthrough, I've been here before. I just didn't actually take advantage of what this game can do. And Myst 4 has Yisha being probably about, depending on how your kids age, somewhere between 8 and 10 is my guess. Yeah, you can skip cutscenes with Escape, but it's actually I like the cutscenes themselves. But after the pause, so the pause post cutscene before your mouse becomes available to actually do something again, that's the part I really wish I could skip. You would think that with a more powerful machine you'd be able to do that, but no. Here, it freezes, and I can't get my mouse back. And now it's back. Like, it's just one of those things you go, that pause is dumb, because to some extent, it changes the immersiveness. So as I was saying to people who weren't familiar with the game, this whole concept of what Gen is doing with villagers who displease him really, really bothers me. I don't know, I'm not necessarily... Poor guy. I'm not necessarily sure that I like how that worked out. Yay. Door's opening. He'll pop his head out, probably. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Forgot about that. Okay. So we're meant to think that it's empty. I know it's not. Yeah, well, I mean, when you're pausing... I don't know why that pause would be deliberate, though. Because you call the maglev, it shows up, it just sits there. It doesn't even do anything. Like, I mean, it's not even a cutscene. Okay, so I can get elsewhere from here. I think I remember this bit. Oh, yeah, it's just going back to the... Lead the ladder down for this. The ladder is down, good. I could have gone a different way. That's okay. Now we're gonna go in here, in here. Give me the drain. The weird place when you're this high up on the mountain to have a drain. So that's part of what tipped me off the first time I played through. That there was something bizarre about it. Because when you're that high up on a cliff, why actually have a drain of any sort? It would actually be more likely to just cut a groove in the floor and pour everything down the side of the mountain, which is gross and disgusting, but for the purposes of what he's using these for, it wouldn't matter. I kind of like how, I know this is a shape, just rock, but if you take a look in the back, it looks kind of like a face, particularly if you're into like Disney ducks, something like that. It looks a bit like a duck face. When I first played through, I was quite bothered by the fact that... Hold on, it'll open the door again. I was quite bothered by the fact that doors closed in behind you. I understand why they do, but it was because when I very first played this game, shortly after it had come out, it was not clear that you weren't actually going to be interacting with the villagers in a direct sort of way. This threw me for a long time because I used to think that the game was broken because I got a blank screen, but it's not. It's this that you have to turn the fire marbles on. That's really all there is. This scene is just simply turn on the fire marbles, as far as I can remember. You have to turn these back on all the way back to be able to see what you're doing. And then there's a doorway. I'll come back to you in a second. I just want to get the fire marbles first. Is there a marble in this one? Did I miss it? Back here. Turning around, did I miss a marble? The last bit, just dark. Dark. Okay, well, that's fine. It feels like there should be a marble right in here, but I don't see it. Pause for the maglev just imply that it's making the journey all the way from the other end of the line. Oh, yeah, no, before the scene starts, for sure. It's after the maglev is sitting right in front of you and it's arrived that I thought that was annoying. Where does this go? And these fire marbles are already lit. I think the fire marble concept was really cool. I'd love to have something like that in my world. Like, it'd be so awesome to take that with you. You know, when you go camping, you've got a headlamp, you'd never have to worry about changing the batteries. And you could get heat out of it, and oh yeah, it's great. So there's the Riven dagger shape. We've got a whole ton of animals. Just hated this bit because with so many animals, I'm pretty sure I know which ones to use, but I never remember which order. But workfish. That's green. Okay. Beetle. Last one. One more. That one's cool. Looks kind of like a hedgehog, actually. Missing. Frog. I think I did that wrong. It should have done something. I got that wrong. Okay. I wrote it down. Where did I write it down? Fishy, fishy, fishy. That's what it was. Got 4 and I needed 5. Fishy. Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, Froggy, do the same one. Not that one. I want the things on the rock. Critters on. Ones. Saw you. I'm not the greatest sketch artist, so I'm actually trying to figure out which one sketch. Probably. Nope, that's not it either. Dagnabbit. Okay, so I have to remember them in the order. That's a pain. This could stymie me for quite some time. For speed reasons, Parker, do you remember the easiest way to go and find these clues? Because I'm trying to remember which one came in which order. And I'm wondering, is it the sounds that we were hearing around the island, or was it something else? Because I think I've got... Possibly I have my notes in a really messed up order. One. Oh, it's back. Right, this. That's not it. That is 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got one that I wrote down as wood roll for a sound, but I can't remember for the life of me which animal that wrote attached to. I remember that they're doused by suffocating them, which is basically working a little bit off the human fire triangle. Oh, don't want this. One that I can't. Sounds like. Got a work and a beetle. Burp. Probably the growl or bark. Now I gave myself my own puzzle. Okay, yeah, technically, yes. It is, and I have to remember, where did I put my note on what that page said? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Because that's another problem with it. I mean, they randomized. Great. But, that's the challenge. But, when they randomize them, then it's not like I can say, here's your hint on where you should find everything. So I could be wandering around the island for a bit. Which kind of stinks because that's a huge waste of time, but hey, if I miss something, I miss something, right? Okay, my note here. I'm actually checking other files on my computer while we're talking about this. So... Nope, that's somebody else's solution. That's not mine. Okay, well, I guess wander it is. Kind of stinks because I have to figure out which one is which. Dagnabbit. Okay, well, I have to get this section open, I'm fairly certain. And, yeah, did not do a good job of that. That's okay, we've got the shortcut ladder down, so we're okay there. Back through the prison. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, is the ball, the wood roll sound was from the ball that, where its original context was removed, which basically means that, the note that describes where it was found, would have had my comment, like, would have had the piece of information I think I'm looking for. But before I worry about that one, I'm going to take a look at some of the other ones. Exactly. That's where I found the eyeball that was removed, and the descriptor of where it had been found. And then you can see, he comments in his note on his desk that after it was removed, it wasn't very long before another one showed up in its place, which you can definitely see in the lagoon, but you can't actually get to it. So you can see it's just down in the lower left corner here, little floaty thing. But yeah, you can't get to it. So that one I'm not too fussed about. Get down here. There we go. All right. I'm trying to remember exactly where I had them all. Silly me. You sound very familiar with this game. Did you play it recently? Or are you just one of those people who has a very photographic memory? Because I know husband's a bit more like that. And he remembers where he puts everything. It's kind of creepy. The only time he doesn't remember where stuff is put is if he moved it. Oops. I want the other path because that... I want to go see the one in the... Yes. Oh, no. Down the steps. There's this one. I think that's the thing on the water. But yeah, it's... Okay, while I say no backseat playing... ... Yeah. Basically, I've had a few people in the past, particularly in Minecraft, not so much here, but who tell me exactly, you need to do this, you absolutely must do this. Like, no, I want to figure that out on my own, thank you very much. But sometimes when I get completely lost, then I've actually cross-wired my own notes. I wish I still had it. When original Myst came out... No, that's totally fine. That's not carried away at all, Parker. You're more than welcome to give hints and tips. If I feel you're getting sort of too close to something that would be spoilerific in a way that bothers me, I will definitely let you know. So yeah, you're nowhere near that right now. You know, I had somebody that actually said, you know, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to play it this way. It must be built this way, you know, that sort of thing. And I just, that's the sort of stuff where I said, no, thank you. If I'm being a total goof and going in completely the wrong direction or wasting time on something, I have no problem with someone saying, halt, you know, you're getting too ridiculous, you're missing what you need to do. I'm okay with that, so yeah, go for it. Because part of it is content, but part of it is also to engage with you guys, right? So as long as I'm not boring you by wandering around in circles and banging my head against the wall, then by all means. Yeah. So it's funny because when Gen's notes first talked about a marble, I used to misbelieve that the marble was floating in this lagoon. That would make no sense whatsoever because there's very little reason for the villagers to go there. Oh, right. I don't even need to. That's okay. I don't need down. Yeah, I don't think I need to be here. Doesn't do much. There's the 5 again. I don't remember off the top of my head what the word is for Gen and his power-hungry behavior. But yeah, you really, in the novels, like I get attached to characters quickly and easily. So in the novels, I really started to hate the guy, like big H hate, which is not something common for me. Some characters I just kind of go, they're a character in a book, whatever. But that one really got to me. I'm not quite sure why. Probably because he was such an arrogant the work. I'm wandering around in this fashion, but back to the lab to start with. Here's the ball. But it would be number 1, but it's out of context. Note will hopefully remind me of what it sounded like. Putting a do quite nope. Nope. Goals. Still useful for the number, but the number is not helpful. That information is not helpful. I can't recall if it's written in the journal. Read that one off. Far too long to read in the bad text on. By the way, it was actually kind of funny. I was reading the other day on a blog by someone who was writing supposedly a help for this game. And it was funny because they had actually not figured out the number system, which is actually technically, I think it's a base 25. They had not figured out the number system. How they figured it out loosely was actually based on reading somebody else's blog who had translated all of Gen's numbers in his journal into numbers from our world. And then this other person had just gone with like that. And I thought that was pretty sad because it meant they hadn't actually completed the game, and yet here they were trying to write a help file. That was really disappointing. I did that in the wrong order. Yep, did that in the wrong order. Up, not down. Okay. Note on. Search my computer. So it may sound like I'm Googling stuff, but it's actually, I actually wrote myself a note, and I'm trying to figure out where I put it because I called it something like wood ball locations. No, that's not. Oh. Let's see. Go to. Right. Don't know why that song is. I'm into musicals and oldies and stuff and movie quotes and things, and so unfortunately I have a constant soundtrack. So while Riven and Myst have absolutely fantastic soundtracks, I do periodically find other things distract me that way. La la la. I'm not find what I'm looking for here. Created to make it all windy, which is probably a throwback reference. Sure, once I find them all and get the answer, I'm gonna kick myself for speed running part of it. Like, not speed running it, but like zipping through things, not reading stuff properly again. But it's kind of frustrating to bang my head against the wall on that one. We're almost an hour into today. A lot of time retracing tracks. What zip mode's for, but if I don't always recognize where the zip mode other end is taking me, sometimes it's nicer just through. Come on. Oh, okay, that was that thing. I don't want. Vent again. Marble off to the left. Where I feel like I'm here. Over the pipes. But the there. Right through the tunnel again. Let's skip this cutscene, but I quite like it. I love the way these things curve and bend. I'm on the wrong island. Into the wrong way. Oh. Yep, please. Go. Okay. I'm on the village side. Let's go others. Doop-de-doo. Check some. Oh. Oh, wait. Arm again. Yep. Another way to get there. Okay. Waiter. Okay. Here. Where's the ladder for up top? I don't. Edge. Dock. Okay. Going. Up. Up. Yep. No, not the fish. Here. Oh, no. Fuck that. Doesn't really matter. It could be wherever I want it to be. Okay. Back down. here. There. Figuring out where everything. Random dock. Notes. Starting point. I get to the bottom. Oh. Not that. And work thing. The trap. This is the dock. Writing myself notes and what finding. Fine. There? Probably not because I just dropped you. Yeah, perfect. Okay. All the way around again. La la la. Connect the dots. La 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 la. Okay. I saw one, it was the rolly thing. Double check the one that's down here, because I know there is one. Okay. Wait. Box. On. Went wrong. Wait. It. Let you go around. Other way. Do. That away. 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. That's definitely the work sound. The sort of whale looking thing. Work being like whale shark, so. That fits with my note. Way. Little thing. There's one here. One so far today. Just got that. Subs here, do I care? Not particularly. That one I saw. Take it for convenience sake. Open, thank you. Going. Okay. section. Actually, let's just go for trap 1. That'll work. Oh, actually, I can't get off the island that way. Really neat. Yeah. Right this then. I'll be honest, I'm a little frustrated with myself, but can't win them all. Funny, I keep thinking I've got all the pieces, and then I don't. Right, so this should be the dock piece. Get me out of here. Then I can get out of this section. Come on. Two. Oh. Tunnel. Work. Most of it. I drew myself a picture, and now I got myself to ground. In the... and that one. That's this. 2 and... Because you are here. I'm pretty sure I know which. The thing is, obviously, wrong in terms of order. The question is what? On the top here. With the village. Old dome. Okay, well. Look. Island up. Yeah, I will admit, I had the same problem when I played this game before. The park Barker says, in thinking about this tracked submarine and how it should be rigged in the remake of Riven, it would be cool if they accounted for its ability to turn around in its design. Either the sub will have to lift itself off the track and rotate, or the sphere of the sub rotates while the wheels stay put. I'm not necessarily sure that it should be, like, I don't necessarily know if they need to change the whole lot, because when you look down from the ladder, and as you can see in some of the crisscross points, it's almost like they have an H-shaped pin. It seems to like pop up and turn the thing around and then go back down again. So they could go something like that, but I mean, it's one of those bits that you don't see in the flat screen player version, but it would be something that would actually be more visible in the VR version. So it's definitely something to think about, because I mean, if it's picking itself up and rotating itself around or whatever, then they have to decide, do they want to see through the floor, or do they want a solid floor? I'm going to dump you again. Yeah, I really do think that H-pin is what picks it up and pivots it, as well as potentially acting as a catch, like a catch brake of sorts, when you get to the station stop. So if you're looking down from the ladders in that village lake, then you're going to see a bunch of the H's down below when the sub isn't there. One thing Delenn is, in no matter what game she plays, she's directionally challenged. Just dreadful. That. Now I'm up again. Okay. Not that way. Not that way. Oh, that's cut off. Forgot about that. Going. Yeah, it could even be a slot. True. That's true, because there's no real descriptor of why it looks like this. Dead end. Yeah. The elevator. Pretty quiet, so I'm actually like, as in, oh no, it's just in terms of stream activities. Okay, that was rather pointless. But, see, I do get turned around. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Visual drawing of the sub. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. I don't know if you've ever played it, but have you ever played the really early game from Cyan that was Cosmic Osmo? Worlds Beyond the Mackerel? That's what introduced me to this company. It was actually kind of funny. My dad bought that one, and it used to be kind of neat because it had... Ugh. Again. It used to be kind of neat because it had... like a soundtrack on the CD. So the first ring of the CD compact disc actually was soundtrack to the game, and then the rest of it was the game. So you could actually play a lot of stuff. That's the crater volcano. Why am I getting so turned around? How do I get out of that one? Map. Map. You know, where's Fog? You put it on that map. Good grief. It... Go. One. Oh. Hurt. Okay. Not get run too badly here. Gold dome. This way. Now, where do I want to be? Oh. Missed a spot. Oh, that can't go that way anymore. Oh, the manhole. Yeah. Manhole's kind of fun. It did seem... Both of those two games are very, very circular. You just explore stuff, see what it's like, but there was no point. Whereas I think Myst is their first foray into something that actually had a point. Or a reason. Where am I going? Go there. The hums are a little bit of a frustration hum. Just because I'm not getting what I want. Dome. Okay, I know what I want. Goes to a dead end. Definitely a dumb path. Right, go. You never saw most of the manhole. I actually bought manhole because it was part of a package on Good Old Games, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. Now, I will say that while I enjoyed not out of it. Oops, which... Sorry. Lost my paths too badly. Part that goes up. That part. My spot. Real. Yeah, so the manhole going round and round and round, right? Not alright. Sure, let's pin things. I'm gonna regret it, I know, but yeah, so manhole had it. I don't know if you've ever got the chance to see, but actually if you take a look at the let's just go get a chance to see, take a look on the Ars Technica YouTube website, or YouTube site. YouTube channel, thank you. And do a quick search for them. You'll actually get an interesting chat, if you haven't seen it already, from... Oh, shoot. I keep wanting to say Rand Miller, but it could be Robin. I get the two brothers mixed up quite easily. But he was talking about... an actual interview, talking about the struggles they had to be able to get Myst to fit on one CD initially. And when I first played it, that was the problem. You had a cassette, probably about, I don't know, about as big as a sandwich maybe, but as thin as a modern CD case, like one of those covers. And there we go. Living room. Okay. So turn around again. So long story made short is that they were talking about how they had to struggle to get it to fit, and they had to decide what pieces that they were going to reuse art out of, so that they could actually, save space on the CD, and it actually really mattered where on the CD the material or the information went. This will take me to the wrong place. This is Village Island. I don't want Village Island. Into Village Island. So yeah, and they also wanted their games to be very replayable. The idea at the time. One of my favorite interviews, though. Ars Technica actually has a good series of interviews. I quite like their work. Okay, so into the spinny room. Back out to the Golden Tower. Okay. Up. Right. Right again. Back to... Nope, that takes me to Volcano Island. I do know that. Did I get myself around? Island. See if I can get across that maglev thing to go somewhere else. You're right, by today's standards, they're not very replayable because they don't have different endings and all that sort of jazz. So that is a bit of a shame. However, oops. Yeah. Sorry. However, when you do play them over and over and over again, you start to notice details that are, I guess, different. Trap, I don't want the trap. Down to the domes, outside. In all honesty, I would actually love to have something real Myst-esque in terms of more of the world. So yeah, like for example, I was really looking forward to the room there. Oh, I was really looking forward to Uru Online, but not necessarily for the puzzles, but for the ability to walk around the world. That was something I was definitely looking forward to. Of course, was not to be. Because once the puzzles were done, if you joined up late, then you missed out. It wasn't until much later that the idea of sort of phasing in a game became a thing. Well, I'll skip this. And here I am back on the Village Island again. Okay, that's fine. Back to Village Island. I went out the wrong door. That's why I went to go to Ken's laboratory. Map Island, not here. Go. Turn on zip again. Option. Zip. Boom. Been a while since you've replayed the games? Always a blast. Like, I mean, the running around bit. When I think one of the best things they did in terms of replayability was shuffle up the answers. Because then, once again, it does two things. It kicks the... Oops. It kicks the ability for people to have spoiler books, but it also allows people to play it over and over because the answer is different. Oh boy. Yeah, you can say that again. Cruise controls are pretty janky. But that said, their controls were janky to begin with. And really, I think part of what people liked was the sort of Mary Sue ability in terms of, like, get yourself in the game. Don't be you. Which is kind of funny. I mean, it works, I'll be honest, it works a little bit better as a gal than it does as a guy. Nothing wrong with that, but you've got a female character. And so if you're trying to basically hang out with Yucha, then I think it works better if you happen to be the same gender. On the other hand, it's not like you're playing her first person. It never was. Come on. I missed this button. Fine. Flip mode it. Sure. I did it again. Okay. So yeah, its controls are a little funky. People really needed that bit of I'm pretending I'm here. There. Now, in theory, this be there. I know they didn't want a giveaway per se. Laboratory about that stupid button. However, it would have been nice if they just lined it up with the door it actually applies to. It's funny how so much got changed by some of the major games out there. Certain genres got messed up, changed. Like, definitely a nice adventure. I actually didn't like the above world part of it. There's a bit at the beginning with the with basically from the old RV. I could have skipped that. Like, it felt like I was actually getting dumped into abduction. So, yeah, not high on my list. We should be on island, if I remember correctly. Yeah, okay. Go with the maps. One. Village Island and Crater Island. Oh, darn. Came here for nothing. There's no thing here. Back to Village Island the long way. Zippy zippy. Go. See? Zip. Zip. There's a lot of to and froing in these games, but it would be really nice if at some point we could get a much more free walk world of all of the Riven, all of the Myst series games. But I mean, that's wishful thinking. Well, that's true. That's why I think, so Myst games have always had the player be a nondescript character that can just be the player, but in a multiplayer game, you need a bit more than that since the player is seen by all other players. Yeah. I mean, there's opportunity, potentially, by virtue of... End up back at the crater. Oh, man. Okay. Ooh. I want to go to Village Island, so let's just... I thought I wanted Village, then I didn't, now I do. It's, yeah, all of that craziness. But anyway, so there's opportunity now that we have so many people to have gender fluidity, that you don't want necessarily to have characters that are too stuck in a he or she or whatever format. But the thing is, even in the game, like particularly for the game industry, while a more generic they or them is an opportunity for the game industry to save themselves effort and to also just generically take off fewer players, the difficulty with that is that there's no real accepted look in a game for what a gender-neutral character would look like. Half the time they end up coming out looking like an alien from Star Trek. What I mean by that, there's one particular one I was thinking of where the species had neither, there was neither male nor female per se. Actually, there was a three gender situation. So they had a male and a female, but they couldn't actually have kids without a third individual involved who was neither. It was just sort of a weird situation. Village. I want to get to the stone quick way. Hoping that ladder's still down. If it's not, we have a problem. Nope, ladder's still down. Good. We're good. Oh. So, yeah. So, I mean, there's opportunities there, but then that, once again, for the people who do identify one way or the other, that removes the immersiveness for them because they don't get to identify with it as their own character. When I'm finding some games, I saw some sketches for one of the upcoming Harry Potter games. I am a Harry Potter fan, I guess, but not fanatic. But anyways, but I saw a set of sketches for what the character creation screens were supposed to look like. And then, pardon me. Okay, before I get to this. So let's try just rearranging the ones I've been trying, because I'm wondering if I just got them in the wrong order. Fish first. Oh. I'm actually wondering if I've got them. It's just that it's frog. Frog, where's frog? Ooh. Am I being dumb and not seeing frog? Into frog, there we go. And then penguin-y things. Happening with my mouse, so I can hope that's right. Yeah, there we go. fish thing was first, but it makes sense because the fish doesn't make much sense. Make much. Okay. So we are at where the game begins and ends, but interestingly, so Riven, that's what this must be because that's the cover of the book, cover of the game, was created with a linking book. Then Gen tried to destroy it, fairly clearly, by trying to burn it. But whatever this stone thing does, the locals have figured out how to fix the current book. That's very good to hear. I'm just going to hit a save on these, because otherwise... Oops. Save game 2. I have a lot of them, because that way if I make mistakes, then I can cover. Okay. And I think that's it. 4. Okay, cancel. Oh. Boom. And off we go. Yes, I saw the fish shape. I did see the fish shape, yes. Okay, game. Oh, silly. Okay, let's just quickly grab a screenshot here. I'm just gonna throw that out of the way. For some reason I thought it was doing something, and well, yes, it was. Drop this later. Don't really care where it saves or what it saves. There we go. Stop complaining, game. Here we go. So this is most likely the prison that he's got Catherine in. Yay! I had all the right shapes. I just wasn't putting them in the right order. Come on. Round. Aha. And the link book back. Forgot about that part. I have been knocked out by the locals. Yay! Grown. We must have made it to their rebel base. Which I don't even know why they're rebels, other than they're the ones that saw the light and realized Gen's an absolute twit. But, so for humanitarian reasons, that I suspect that's part of why they were against Gen, because he was making them do all kinds of stupid things and be his guinea pigs and go to worlds and things on his behalf. But also he was experimenting and doing things. They didn't do what he wanted because he was a lazy butt. I'm surprised actually that he was guinea in the game. Just because the way he's having everybody treat him should actually be fat from having far too much food and stuff like that. Yeah, well, I mean, they're not necessarily rebelling against their... I'm not sure I would agree with you, Parker, that they're rebelling against their people's allegiance to him. I'm actually wondering if they are trying to quietly rebel against him and show their people that he's an idiot. Is we can't get out. Look out. So we're in another village, or we're locked in a house. So I see down here another gated thing. There could be more doors. And my mouse has been stolen again. So we're looking across the way, and there's someone in the opposite building. Now my question is, these people don't know how to write books, then how do they get to other worlds, right? So I have a suspicion that this is, again, being quite a in the butt. Because if I remember correctly, this would be Catherine's world, where she came from. But I could be wrong. It's been a while since I read the books. That's on my to-do list as well. I got as far in rereading the books just the last couple of months that something's happening. I got as far in rereading the books last couple of months where we've got Atreus meeting Catherine and actually I guess it's still finished.
Bekaretere wirape yelo kene falabo. Tisai. Why te fulupe?
Alrighty, so I have books. They obviously want me to read. There's a linking book, actual book. There's the linking book. Oh, nope, looks like a notebook. But it's being done sideways instead of vertical. That's kind of cool. Flip through a little bit. And note. Catherine, I wait quickly from my prison. Nalek will return your book. Moiety intercepted upon your arrival. After questioning her, I've concluded that it was written by Atreus for a very specific purpose. N will desire to use it, although he may have suspicions. If you can find my prison, you will still need the combination to release me. N keeps it in his office. Yay. Then I assume we're to signal Atreus. I think I know how it might be done, but it doesn't signal him, but don't signal him before I'm released. Well, if she knows how it might be done, then it's kind of hard to signal him before she's released. Then some more notes. More sketches. Yeah, as a child, I always felt out of place here. So this is Catherine's. It seems when Atreus and I trapped again on Riven many years ago, our efforts were witnessed by most of the inhabitants here. Two of the Rivenese even witnessed confrontation with Gen at the fissure, where I linked back to Myst, and where Atreus threw himself into this. Of course, they understood little of what they were seeing, but they somehow were able to guess that we had won. They figured, so we've got rebels going on here. Okay, so Atreus had stripped Gen of his power, therefore Atreus must be a true god. And this is one of their further conclusions. As a god, was choosing her, Catherine, spiritual misfit from Riven, be his wife. And so she was transcending into deity and would lord over Riven forever. Great. But that's not good. Sounds like she doesn't want to be the head. Okay, so Parker says Gen isn't the threat. The fact that there are many people that revere him, a person who actually thinks himself divine and worthy of such reverence. And that's what they're rebelling against. And they're rebelling by drawing people out from under Gen's rule. Yeah. So that's what I'm sort of saying is some of these rebels are starting to show him as the false god. And truthfully, they don't really need a god. I don't think it's an atheistic concept getting pushed here or anything like that. I think they're just showing that people who are arrogant and want to be seen as the god and get all allegiance sworn to them is a little crazy. The Moiety, as they call themselves. Eve, M-O-I, yeah, E-T-Y, okay. So this would be an interesting challenge. One of the reasons I wasn't able to play Riven with my kids yet is because I'd have to read all of this to them as we go, just because they can't read cursive yet, at least not very well. So there's limited cursive writers they can actually read, and that makes it more challenging. So now that they're basically thinking that she's transcending into being a god or a goddess, then they keep revering her, then that sucks because she would rather they like her. Gen's getting stronger because he's learning more about how to get back. Yeah, it would be really cool to see more of what it would like. Exactly. In fact, I would love to see Cyan basically pay someone, but approve someone to write approved wider novels after extensive interviews with the creators. I think that would be super cool because the first 3 novels were fantastic. It wasn't just that they were written well, but they were really interesting exploration of what was going on. But they didn't spend very much time in the whole Riven piece of it. I kind of wish there was more. So Gen's getting stronger, but then again, so are the rebels. And they're getting better at hiding themselves. I suspect part of that may actually be because the more powerful Gen gets, the more blind he comes to things going on around him. So for every one he finds, he figures he can get rid of the perpetrator and doesn't necessarily realize it was a wider network. Okay, so I could go on all day reading this stuff, but it's not great for everybody else. So we're getting to see her stories, what's going on, and then her sketches, because she's actually learned to do a lot of the writing as well, which I think is super cool. And that actually blows Gen's mind, and when you think about it, because he's trying to teach them basic pieces so they could write for him, but yet she's got more of it than he's comfortable with, and he's trying to limit what's going on. Unfortunately, Eater steps in, falls in love, and rescues her from Gen, but it definitely breaks the idea that Deny are the only ones that can use it. By the way, Parker, just for curiosity's sake, I'm going to derail just a little bit here. How do you choose to pronounce the name of Gen's and Atrus's people? Is it D? It's D apostrophe N-I, but how do you choose to pronounce it? The reason I ask is over the course of the series, the pronunciation has changed. And I'm still a little bit old school when I forget. But some people pronounce it Deny, some people pronounce it Dunny, as it was early on. The problem with that, as I was notified, was that in places like Australia, Dunny is basically a nickname for your outhouse. So they named people after the toilet dwellers, so to speak. I thought that was pretty rough. So I'm not surprised that the pronunciation got shifted over time. It may not be because of that, but I suspect there are probably similar issues with other parts of the language bit that dealt with. I was curious to know how you choose to pronounce it in your head. Anything more useful here? So we've got, not really. Got the village, got the work tower, Gen's lab, Gold Dome, Caldera Island. Really sure what this is. Okay. But I'll figure it out at some point. More sketches. She draws things and then she scribbles it out, and I'm not sure why. I'm wondering if she's attempting to create it because people are reading things. And then I also like the way they included elements where they suggest that she's changing her mind. So she's starting to feel more and more alienated by her own people, which is probably a good thing that if we rescue her and get her back to Atrus, she can not worry so much about the loss of that connection. Yeah, so again, now she knows what he's up to. And he's still failing with his books. Okay, so this is the telescope thing. Goes to a steam pipe. Yes, so far so good. That's different code than I'd seen before, so I'm just going to write this one down on a new scrap. Nope, on my number scrap. But 5. Get 2 digits are 5, but I have to convert that to human. I always hate the base 25. It's a big pain. Let's key. More. Yeah, Denis. It's actually interesting that you mentioned the apostrophe element as almost a. I guess more correctly, it would probably be a glottal stop, but I can't actually produce that sound correctly. But yeah, so the Denis part is again showed up. That's bad news. I find this funny that she's writing this stuff as things go on, and Gen doors open and Gen is here, and it's like, okay, or Gen is free. I'm like, uh-oh, bad news bears, and yet still continues to write. And it's like, don't you think they'd find it and destroy this? The knee, an arrow to the knee, cute. Yeah, the knee is sort of where you're going with that one. It's interesting you mentioned that though, because the name I use is, how do I spell? I spelled it Delenne, D-E-L-E-N-N-E. It's actually a riff off of a character from Babylon 5 science fiction show, which is D apostrophe L-E-N-N. So I get where you're going with that. And it's really difficult to get people to pronounce it correctly. It's funny because the version I wanted was taken. As in just about everywhere on the internet, it was always taken. There's the dome. I've requested a group to solve combination. Open the domes. Once open, we can power the burned book. Okay, I do not think that Gan will interfere. He will take the bait. Okay. So basically, they're going to try and bait Gen into prison. And everybody will be happy. And this is the Riven with the fissure. Okay, so she's writing a special age from Moiety. Great. Nightmares. Oh. Okay, so anyways, got distracted. Oh, yeah, so mine's actually supposed to be pronounced differently than it is. The challenge is I can't get people to pronounce it correctly. So rather than, I've got a lot of people just simply call me Del, even though I'd rather they didn't, but it is what it is. And if they can't say it, they can't say it. But sometimes I'm getting people who are better at it when I do D apostrophe L-E-N-N. But a lot of them then call me D-Len, and like emphasis on the D-E-E. And that's worse. So I'll go with Del. It's fine. There's a fairly large, I wouldn't say large, but a growing Minecraft streamer called Dadcraft73, and he couldn't pronounce my name. So after about 4 or 5 tries, he said, "Can I just call you Del, please?" And it just stuck. There's a lot of people that they see it, they just call me Del right off the bat. So yeah, if you want to go with that, I'm good with that. I will be honest that I went with Parker, but I'm well aware that that's not how your name's fully correctly pronounced. It's just that I didn't want to mess up the rest because it's hard to tell whether the tail end is more French or whether like as in Sevier or whether it should be Sevier. So yeah, I'm Canadian, which basically means that we butcher our English and we butcher our French. We're good at that. Okay, so enough reading. Tonight I finally rest. Like, That's one. Now, this is a linking book. I don't know if we're meant to use it now or if we're meant to use it later. gonna pop back to... Oh. Something's happening, so I'll wait and see.
Sira po. Ibuko mo buko wisipo.
More books?
Avene. Tapa mo revene beno.
Ah.
Now, Katarina ne. Wisifa polo yai sepe yai.
This is Catherine's sidekick, basically. That minimizes her role, and it's really not meant to be. I know that she's taking a huge risk in her hands. Let me out because the Moiety feel that I'm a threat. I can't get out. She keeps coming in. I guess where we're supposed to go now is to book. Now, because we still have a link book in our possession, and I guess I can play with this one without fear. Oh, this will take us back. Why do I want to go back? Seriously? Why? Why do I want to do that? Okay, so the prison... Ah, gotcha. Prison book is this one. And if I go in there, then we're going to need one of the save games to get back. I don't really like that idea. Okay. Now I have a linking book back to Riven. Go in here. And looks like they want me to bait Gen out. Which is kind of interesting because you don't really get to meet him at that point. Enter the Golden Dome. I gotta get out of there. Sound guy. Dome, dome, dome. And that actually time. So let's just get to the dome so that we know roughly where we're headed next. That will be time. I will save so that everyone so that we can ensure that we're going to pop up in the right place. Yeah, so we're headed back, I believe, over there. Island. Okay. Out this way. Not go that way. Hurt. I don't want to hurt. This way. Past the works. I think that's okay. Ah. Yep, that was the cricket. That's okay, that'll work. Here. Once again, it's another one of those circular pieces. And what am I doing? Up here. Oh, no, I didn't. Down. Beach, right? I got the beach. Other thing. That's That's it. That's what I want. Take me off to Mean Gnome Island, please. Yes. Yes, your connection was fine. You missed my commentary, I suppose, on the fact that my name is actually somewhat similar, properly put, because it's a riff off of Babylon 5, Ty Delenn. So, just the version I wanted to spell it like that was always taken on the internet, so it just became more of a French spelling. I'm Canadian. I'm not French background Canadian. Well, not officially. Long story on that one I don't want to get into. But anyway, suffice to say that turns out a lot of Europeans and Americans and Australians can't pronounce the French part of Delenn correctly. They don't pronounce it as though it's got an apostrophe. So I've had to, strangely enough, return to somewhat of the original character spelling just to be able to get them to pronounce it properly. But most people just call me Del for that very reason. Yeah, that's the short summary version. I'm just looking at the time here. I usually only go till noon. So what I'm going to do is just get ourselves back up to the dome effectively. Nope, I don't want to be there. Well, it'll work. Not really where I want to be, but it'll do. Temple. Wrong way. Oops, this way. Come on. There. Gold dome, please. There. So now that we're at the big gold dome, I think I shall leave it here because we are on to the next portion. And I really don't want to mess with it. So I will be back next week, whatever your time zone is, 2 hours ago. So for Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, I suppose, we will be... Okay. Thank you very much for following, Parker. I really appreciate it. That spoiled me. So if you want to come back next week, so my time slot will be Eastern Daylight Savings Time from noon to 2, and that's on Wednesdays. You may see some off-schedule announcements, depending on what my kids are doing in terms of their soccer. They may or may not choose to attend their siblings' game, in which case I may get an off-stream, but that'll be some other sort of whatever Wednesday that's not Minecraft. But that said, Tuesdays and Thursdays are Minecraft. I'm not a great builder, but that's what I've been working on lately, is building stuff. And I will be back on Wednesdays for this thing. I don't know if there's going to be a new scheduled date coming in Thursday evenings. We'll have to see how that rolls. I'm just testing to see if I can make that a regular thing. But yeah, that's all she wrote. I want to say thank you very much. I'm going to head to the end screen, and then we'll find somebody to read. Go. And as for rating, there's not much available today. I guess we'll go into Maribel Jade. She is playing Minecraft, which is not related to this one, but it's what I'm normally used to, so I think we're going to head over there today. Feel free to say hi and give her love. If not, have yourself a great day, and I will see you again soon. Thank you very much for dropping by, Parker. Hope to see you again soon.
Mischief managed.